All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Daddy,
Mm,
go ahead and tell us your lies about Venom, because we know that you have plenty.
lies.
Yes,
I've never lied. I'm not that type of person. Um,
you lie more than Food Lion.
um, man, it was just all right. So the movie started off okay. It started off all right. The movie started off fine. I actually enjoyed everything up until that big fight. The big fight that was in the with all of the armed guards in the tall journalism building. Everything up until that point, I really enjoyed, but from that moment on, it just went steeply downhill. They did a good setup with Eddie and his backstory and him being a journalist and having to move away from New York and all of that stuff. But it just let me down, man. It just let me down because of the CGI. All right, so if you're gonna do a fully CGI Venom, okay, if you're gonna do a fully CGI, they didn't use any practical effects in the movie. From what I could tell, they didn't use any practical effects in the movie. Um, but they they showed a lot of Venom and the stuff. It just didn't. It was just so frustrating because you can't tell me what his power what his power set is. First of all, he seemed so powerful when he first got attached to Eddie Brock, but then you come to find out your boy I don't what was the bad guy's name, Rage
Right? To my
Right.
riot?
Riot. He was like, oh, he's got stuff you ain't never seen before. And I'm like, well, we just seen you. Like, we just seen you. What do you mean? We never seen none of your stuff before. So, like,
uh,
it was so
that's true.
fast. I mean, I liked everything with Eddie in when he was just when he was just Eddie Brock and he had Venom in his head. I love that. You know, he did a good job as an actor, but everything with the CGI Venom, I just hated it. I didn't like the that car chase scene. They need to just stop trying to do car chase scenes in San Francisco with all them hills and stuff. I didn't like it in Ant-Man, and I really didn't like it in this one. Um, got little drones just flying and blowing up all through the street. You didn't see one cop in the movie until like did we even see any cops except for the ones that were shooting at Eddie? Uh, I don't remember seeing any cops. So
Nah, I don't think so.
it was just it just got so far fetched. And then your boy coming in once he all right. So the whole thing, the whole setup of the movie was that these symbiotes are so hard to find a match for. Right? I can't find a match for the symbiotes. They're
Mm-hmm.
so incompatible with everybody. But Brock, all of us, he just magically you know, he was just compatible with his, and then the then the billionaire, he just happened to be compatible with the other one, and
That's
then
true.
Brock's girlfriend, she just so happened to be compatible too, because she didn't seem to have any kind of side effects from having it on her. And we don't know what happened to the poor little dog. So shoot. Um,
Hey, Tori, I
yeah.
think real quick on that one, I think it's not necessarily they had to be compatible because I think Venom decides if he wants to kill you or not. Like he can eat you and make it not compatible, but he's like only one with actual conscience that we know of. So I think it was more of a choice on him. Does he want to stay in her and not hurt her physically? So I think that may be one reason why he could pass through people,
Okay.
and they didn't really die at the end of it. Now Riot, on the other hand, he just killed you as long as any time he was inside of you, so he didn't care.
I hear
But
you
see,
on
but
that.
I
I
feel
hear
what
you
you're
on
saying, Charlie. But that's we're making that we're assuming that the movie is definitely saying spelled out specifically that you have to be compatible. So I'm with you, Danny. I
and
hadn't
I
thought
and
about
I
that because Riot passes from
I
person to
agree. I
person.
actually agree with Charlie on that because they said, that he had, Venom explained that he had to choose to feed on, the pancreas and the liver and all that stuff. He chose to feed on that stuff. Okay, I get you, but still, they didn't do a good enough job explaining it to me. Um, and even if it was it was Venom's choice to eat people. They just got done fighting. She was the one who turned on the machine to expel him out of Eddie Brock. So why wouldn't he? Why would he? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that he thinks that's okay. I kind of like this chick, but you know, she just tried to kill you. Like, she literally just tried to kill Venom. But it was just so much, man. And then everything with the CGI suit, like the floating heads. The floating heads really made me mad. Like the Venom head looking at Brock's head, it just looks so like it took CGI movies back 20 years, man. It was just so horrible. It was so horrible. Yeah. But I could probably go on for like another 10 minutes talking about what I didn't like. But you know, all in all, it was a decent movie, but and then the end credit scene with Cassidy, man, that was so corny. I was like, man, get out of here, man. I shouldn't even stayed around for the mid credits to see that. But that Spider-Man joint was dope though. I'm down with that. Mm-hmm. I'm done.
Feel you on that.
Well, it seems that Danny has been eaten. Or at least his face has been eaten by one of the symbiotes. I guess that's why we can't see him. We just hear his voice right now. But we'll go on to the one. Nope, we hadn't seen you in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Parasite shut you on down. But apparently Charlotte Taylor is incompatible over there. So he's still alive. So Charlie, what do you think about this movie?
You know,
make sure you start your timer in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, let me make sure that is set, ready to go. But I guess going into Venom, I read so many bad reviews on it, so I was like, I guess I came in with like so much, you know, just low expectations, and then I come through it, I'm like, okay, well, this first part wasn't really that bad. I mean, yeah, it could have sped up a little bit. It had some scenes that they cut or they didn't really have to use those scenes for the movie. I guess I didn't really feel him being a reporter to me was, I don't know. He looked like one of the worst reporters I've ever seen, to be honest with you. So I don't know how he was very good at being a reporter. He couldn't read, he couldn't talk to people without reading a piece of paper. He didn't dress really nice when he was doing interviews. But hey, I guess San Francisco liked him a lot. So it didn't seem like he was that great of a reporter. But you know, they kind of played that a little long in the movie, a little bit more for my liking. But I actually felt pretty good about the movie. By the time Venom actually showed up in the movie, you know, I was in a good point. I wasn't like, oh, this is horrible. And then he showed me Venom. I was like, okay, I'm starting to understand a little bit more about these characters now and how they got to this point. And then to me, I thought the CGI looked pretty good on Venom. I mean, I saw it in 3D. I like when he came. I mean, he looks, you know, just like he did on the trailer. But I was more like, hey, he is killing. Like he was when he took that Venom suit on, and he told me he was like, what he say? What did he say? Mask on. When he said mask on, and he went to work on them officers. That was great. I was like, this is awesome. And when they were talking to each other, when he climbed up the top of the building and he was about to jump off, and he said pussy or something like that. And you see on the next scene they're getting they're getting on the elevator. I was like that jump was hilarious. Like They had a lot of good, like the interaction with the symbiote and Eddie was like amazing. Like I don't think they could have found a better actor to do that. They portrayed that very well in the movie. Very believable. And I also can understand how Venom got a liking of him throughout the movie, the way they kind of went through life or went through that little point of time with each other. It's like they both saw each other, that they needed each other to be at their best. So they started to grow on each other because at first Eddie was like trying to get him out, and then next thing Eddie wants him back. So, and that's kind of like the Venom. Venom was like more like, hey, I just want to do what I want to do and go whoever take over you and take over. I guess this planet. Maybe that's what he was trying to do. And but by the middle end of the movie, he really liked Eddie as well. So I thought the fighting was really well done. When he was fighting like multiple guards and running all through the city, I really liked the chase on the motorcycle. So I don't know, I don't know what was wrong with that one, Tori. I mean, to me, it felt kind of like the Mission Impossible chase when Tom Cruise is running on the motorcycle.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. He was jumping everywhere. There was cars flying in everywhere. He was about to die. I was like, oh, and then like symbiote would save him like throughout like he's about to get hit by a car and he saves him and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
He didn't do anything that Tom Cruise didn't do, and Tom Cruise did not have a symbiote. That's the whole point.
I said it made me feel like you didn't listen. I said it made me feel like how I felt when I was watching the Tom Cruise one, because I didn't know what was about to happen. It looked like he was about to die. Then something saves him. He gets ripped over here, turns this way, and car flips on another car. Now a lot of people in San Francisco probably got messed up on that car chase. So pray for them. But
thoughts and prayers for go out to San Francisco twice this year.
Exactly. Shelton said the action in Venom was too cliche. That's exactly what it was. It was like cookie cutter action.
Go sit down.
It was too cliche.
That was good. That was good fun. That was fun. I enjoyed
Charlie, he only say that because the tickets were free. If he had made an investment, then he'd be like, "Oh, okay, I see." Yeah.
You made an investment. But I guess the things I really didn't care for, I didn't like the villain. Like he was kind of just the typical old villain, like I'm the villain type of, like I'm gonna destroy the world. Like I don't know, he just didn't really play his part. Like they have like movies have been doing with villains like the last few years. They kind of give them a little bit of a backstory. You kind of get a reasoning of why they're doing this. Like I don't know why he wanted to kill everybody. Like I still don't get it. Like, dude, you just killed somebody. Why you want to start and throw somebody else up in there? And it's like then you want to unleash this on the world. You talking about the world's on the brink of destruction. You want to kill the world with these things that are eating people. Like I didn't get that. Like it didn't make sense to me. He was just throwing his doctors in there like left and right, like he had more doctors to replace them. So that didn't really make smart decisions with me. I'm like, the people that actually working on this, you killing them, so now you ain't gonna have nobody to help you to get this under control. So that was a little weird. They I guess they maybe cut that part out the movie to explain some more of his backstory. Riot, I like Riot. I thought they made him look different with the scabs on his face. I really like the time when Venom was talking about you don't know what he has all kinds of weapons or something like that. Like he said something really funny.
He gets spit you ain't never seen.
Yeah. When he said that, and he was like, "Oh, Chuck," he's like, "I told you." Like in mid fight, like that was so funny. Like them two talking to each other as he was fighting. And at the end of the movie, when Venom sacrifices himself to save Eddie, was like, wow, I was like, damn, I wasn't expecting that, because like you could definitely tell a bond was formed. I know it was quick. They may have cut out some parts that actually tied them more together, but that definitely, I guess, gave me more of a a real life, because like a lot of times you see on Venom, you see like
I know you got to be past 5 minutes at this point.
I know, but
ain't no good in setting the timer and then don't look at it again.
I want to say this point. Y'all are interrupting me, so I get a couple minutes left. A minute left. What? Anyways, like the time. See, y'all made me forget what I was gonna say. See, y'all messed up. But anyways, now I think I got it. No, it didn't. It just went away. On live cast, y'all just had to do this to me. It was a good point. I know what
you were gonna say that the fight with Venom and Riot looked like some Transformers 1 horribleness. Yeah. That's what you were gonna say.
I can actually see the goo. I can see the goo on there. I saw the goo fight. I saw the gray goo and the black goo. Now when he ate him, that was pretty. When he ate Venom,
Grey Goose.
When he ate Venom, that was like, oh, he just ate both of them. That was crazy.
That was tight.
That was crazy.
For half a second. And then why your girl turn the speakers off? Like, why did you turn the speakers off? Just leave the speakers on.
I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, you make a lot of good points, Danny.
You're making some good points. But I said the movie wasn't trash. It was pretty good. I would watch it again. Like
Yeah, I'll watch it again.
I
I'll
can
watch it
watch
again, but
after set. I've seen movies that I can't watch anymore, and I might fast forward to the parts I like. This one I can watch. So I didn't say it's the best movie of all time, but it was pretty good, you know, going in there. So
it
I
was
might
better.
remember what I was going to say. I had a good point, but
It was
y'all
better
took
than
it. Oh,
Annihilation. So
I got it now. I got it now. So on the cartoon, when you see Venom, you don't ever really understand why Venom and Eddie Brock are really like together. So, and I mean, yeah, they hate Spider-Man, but it just doesn't seem any type of real true. Like, why does he care about him at all? Like, this movie made you understand, like, okay, he's really starting to like him. Like, he wants to protect them. He wants them to succeed because they have a bond together. I guess because they're both losers in their worlds, and also that he's, I guess, just got a liking to the dude as he's known him for the past couple of days. So I like how they showed that in the movie because now I can kind of respect a little bit more of the cartoon. I'm like, okay, that might be why this is such a hard bond to break. Why they, when on the cartoon and the comics. But I'm done with my 10 minutes. So
Yes. Are you done? Oh man. Okay. I really liked the movie too. I started out when the first trailer. Let me go ahead and set mine here. When the first trailer came out, I didn't think it was good at all. But as the trailers kept coming out, I was pretty excited about the movie. I was surprised, and when the critics said, "Oh, this movie is so terrible," I was like, "Man!" I was like, "Gosh, well, I hope it's something that I like, despite what the critics say." And it ended up being something that I really enjoyed all the way through. A couple minutes into the movie, I was like, "This movie it's not bad at all." It was not a perfect movie, so let me talk about the things that were imperfect to me. First of all, I thought the movie was a little too short. There were some things that could have been explained, like for example, the whole reason why Venom wants to fight Riot, which is one of his own people from his same planet. They came together, and now he wants to fight them to keep the other symbiotes from coming. They didn't really go into that enough. Oh, because I'm a loser on this planet? Really? That's your reason? Oh, because you like Eddie Brock so much? I didn't really feel that connection that you're talking about, Charlotte. Like I saw that they were together for a while, but I saw where Venom was really helping Eddie, but I didn't see any place where Eddie helped Venom. I didn't see that happen not one time other than him just being the body. Like if they had had a part where they get separated, if Venom was about to die, because the thing is, if the parasites are separated for too long, then they'll die. So if Eddie had come in and saved him, then I could see where they have a relationship now, and I could understand why he wanted to save Eddie. But I didn't really see that relationship other than they just kind of get along. Also, like right from the beginning, the symbiote starts speaking like slang. Like doggone it, you're an alien goo. Why the heck are you talking like who the hell is this guy? Like really is how do you know how to talk like that? That doesn't make any sense to me. But all it would have taken is a couple of 1 minute to say, "Hey, I'm in your brain, and because I'm in your brain, I think like you do, or I use some of the words that you use, or something like that." Then that would have cleared it up for me. That was just weird. You're making us look bad, like you said last night, Charlie. Like, how do you know that that's making us look bad? And yeah, the whole thing with the bad guy, yeah, he was a little lame. Um, and the whole thing with Cletus Cassidy, sorry if I'm spoiling it, I really could have just done without that extra credit scene, as we call it, or after credit. That spoiled it for me. I mean, he's talking about, and if I get out of here, there's gonna be some carnage. Wow, that is so, like you said, Danny, that is so corny. Like you could have just said something along the lines like, "Yeah, last time you got out of here, there was a lot of carnage that you caused, and we don't want that to happen anymore." So, but to put that right on the end of the line is just corny. And I'm not excited about seeing Woody Harrelson. I'm not a Woody Harrelson fan. I haven't seen him really do anything that I like, and I definitely didn't like seeing him do Cletus Cassidy. So I'm not excited about that.
yeah,
However,
that wig was
my,
horrible.
my
yes, that
two
wig was
minutes.
was horrible.
Yes. With yes, the rig. Well, yeah, that was ridiculous. It looked like it's Ronald McDonald over there. But my last 2 minutes, man, I'm talking about everything that I liked. The movie was so funny. The interaction between the two of them was great, and Tom Hardy did a tremendous job. For most people that I've seen, if you ask them what's the number one thing that you like about this movie, most people say Tom Hardy. He did a great job playing the Eddie Brock character, and then he did a great job of playing off of himself. For those who don't know, Tom Hardy is also Venom as well. They just modulated his voice, and it's just great to see the two of them as him go back and forth. Oh, you didn't know that?
That's dope.
Yeah. So now the movie is less trash now. Like
No.
like what Charlie said, when he said, "Hey, you want to jump off the building or something like that," and then the next scene you see the elevator, and he called him the P word, the PC word. That was hilarious to me. And just all the things that Venom says, he's got spit you never seen and all kinds of stuff. Oh man, I loved it, and the action was just tremendous, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry, Dan. I'm gonna have to agree with Charlie, man. It was very similar to Mission Impossible, and no, there were some things that Tom Cruise didn't do. Tom Cruise didn't jump in the air 30 feet and come off of his bike and then land again. Tom Cruise didn't do that.
He jumped out of a helicopter. What are you talking about?
But he didn't get on the helicopter from the bike. So we're talking about the bike here. So
he jumped onto the helicopter, then fell 30 feet and caught himself midair. Like, what are you saying?
If there had been a helicopter scene, we would have seen that. But yes, I recommend this movie for anybody. Don't listen to what the critics say and also what Danny says. You should see this movie. I think it's good. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I think the failures in logic kind of keep it from being like a great movie. If they had taken their time and really, maybe some of that 40 minutes that they cut out, maybe if they had put that back in there, it probably would have been better. But overall, I think it's a good movie. So what do you guys think? Make sure you leave us a comment here.